Hey everybody! Today I'm finally here to do my birth with a doula video. I know I had promised a while back, but it's just been crazy. So let's get started. We decided with our fourth labor and delivery that we were going to hire a doula because our third labor and delivery was really rough. You can watch my birth video on that, but it was really rough. Also, I'm saying we as in, like, my husband and I, as if he did any work. He didn't, so it was my choice to hire the doula. So, we had the doula. So, usually what you do is you go through, and you can find, the doula that works, for you. Maybe meet up with a couple of them and see kind of what, your needs are and all that kind of thing and what fits best for you. We already knew a doula, so we went ahead and went with her, and she was amazing. We met up with her a couple months before delivery, and we met up at the hospital that I was delivering at, and we did a little birth tour, and went over anything and everything you could think of at that appointment. We went over who was going to be in the room, what support I was looking for, what support I needed, and what exactly, down to the T, what I wanted out of it. So some people might think that just because you have an epidural that you might not need a doula. Not the case at all. Like, if I could do all four of my labors all over again, I'd hire a doula every time. So she was super helpful, like, with things like she can be your voice, like if you're, more timid to say things to the nurses, or you're not wanting to do something that maybe the nurses are recommending, which was my case, and you're not wanting to maybe kick people out of your room because you need some sleep and you don't want to be rude, then she can kind of do those things for you in a nice way, and she could be there to say, hey, she needs sleep, like, let's let her sleep, could you guys go for a walk for a little bit, that kind of thing, which is really nice. So in my case, I didn't want to do this peanut ball that they were putting between my legs. It made my back labor worse, and I didn't want to do it. So she's like, well, let's not do it. So, you don't have to do anything. So, she helped with massaging my back. I had really bad back labor with my fourth, and she helped with that. And she also, doesn't step on anybody's toes. She does what you want her to do and helps how you need the help. And she'll always make sure that she's being fair. And if you, want somebody to help, then she will bring them on in and teach them, different techniques to do. If you don't want the help, then she will say, hey, I got it, or whatever it is, And she also my doula was really good because she offered, if anybody needed food or coffee or anything, she would go get it so that the family or husband didn't have to be out of the birthing room if, it wasn't needed. So that's really nice. She was just amazing. So when we met up with her a couple months prior to delivery, she asked things like, who's going to be in the birthing room? What do you want out of this, as far as, do you want the epidural? Do you want to avoid a C-section at all costs? Those kind of things. And she's there to help with that. If you don't want an epidural, then she is there to make sure that that doesn't happen, and that do different techniques to help you get through the labor without your epidural. If you want the epidural, that's fine too, and she's there to, ask for it when you need it, or, help you get longer in your labor so that you don't have to get it right away. Those kind of things. I can't explain to you how helpful it was to have her rub on my back that was hurting, and then have my husband on the side of me, just kind of talking to me and being on the other side of me to be there for me as emotional support, versus somebody that's constantly rubbing my back and me not getting to have him fully engaged in anything else that I may have needed at the time. So that was really helpful. They're not there to step on anybody's toes. They're there to, actually, they'll teach, your spouse or your mom or your dad or whoever's going to be in the room with you, to teach them a technique to help you so that you don't have to, you know, you don't have to know, or you don't have to sit there and try to tell somebody exactly what you want at that time. So that is extremely helpful as well. I would highly recommend a doula regardless of what kind of labor you're going to have, and regardless if you're going to have an induction, any type of thing. I would say a doula is 100% needed, no ifs, ands, or buts. So if you're considering a doula, then do your research on them and do, you know, look for a doula that's right for you and your family, and look for a doula that's a friend that, you know, that can be your friend. And it's almost like a friend just helping you during labor. That's what I felt like it was. You know, it wasn't some random person. You know, you become close to them. Another thing that I really liked is you're able to communicate with your doula through email or phone or anything. And if you have any questions, they're there to help. If you need help with breastfeeding, then they're there to help. And it's nice. It's an exciting thing to have somebody that knows what they're doing and that does it every day, or, you know, close to every day, and be there for you, and you don't have to worry about having the support if your spouse is tired, or if, you know, grandma's tired, or whatever the case may be in your situation. If you've had a doula before, I'd love to hear from you and hear your experiences. If you're interested in a doula, then, and you have any questions, go ahead and comment below. I'd love to answer them. And I might be able to even get my doula on here to answer any questions that you may have. If I get enough questions, I can do a Q&A and maybe answer some questions with my doula. I will link her this video. I will also put her links if you're in the Washington, Eastern Washington, or sorry, not Eastern Washington, because I don't know if she's willing to travel that far. If you're in the western part of Washington, then I can put her links, and maybe she can be your doula. I will link also her childbirth site, because she does childbirth classes as well, and she is amazing. That's how I know her. She did our childbirth classes 9 years ago when we had our oldest daughter. So it's all around great thing. So if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. Don't be shy. I will answer them as I get them, and I will help any way I can. I hope that you guys all have a great week, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye, guys.